by improving the speed of interaction between our cortex and our tertiary layer, which is already silicon. We're already a sort of a three-level intelligence creature. The base level is the limbic system, the sort of animal brain or reptile brain, essentially, the sort of fundamental, the animal or reptile brain. And then there's the cortex, which the cortex, by the way, is largely in service to the reptile brain.
Could you imagine that one day we would be able to download our human brain capacity into a Optimus?
Yes. I think that is, I'm not saying this is, I think it is possible, I think, to do that. It is possible.
Which would be a different way of internal life, because we would also download our personalities into a body.
Yes, we could download the things that we believe make ourselves unique. Now, of course, if you're not in a body anymore, there's definitely going to be some difference there, So, but as far as preserving our memories, our personality, if you will, I think we could do that.
The project of longevity and increase lifespan significantly. Why are you not passionate about that?
Well,
you're not personally interested in living longer?
I mean, I don't think we should try to have people live for a very long time. It would cause ossification of society, because the truth is, most people don't change their mind; they just die. And so, if they don't die, they will be stuck with old ideas, and society won't advance. I think we already have quite a serious issue with the gerontocracy, where the leaders of so many countries are extremely old. Look, I mean, in the U.S., it's very, very ancient leadership. For me, I don't know. I mean, I certainly would like to maintain health for a longer period of time, but I'm not afraid of dying. I think it will come as a relief. So.
Although you may not be able to see the vision of SpaceX come true in your life.
Well, I'd like to live long enough to see that.
Being perceived as the richest person on Earth.
Well, I think Putin is significantly richer than me.
You really do, yeah?
Yes. Well, I mean, I can't go invade countries. Was it Crassus or that you're not really rich unless you can afford a legion?
Do you know John Law?
I don't know.
John Law used to be the richest person on Earth 300 years ago.
Okay.
He was a poker player, a gambler, homme de femme. He was the biggest art collector on Earth, so a lot of superlatives.
Wow.
In the end, he went bankrupt.
What? That's a pretty far to fall.
Did you ever thought about that option, that something could go wrong and that you could one day lose everything?
I mean, there's been many times where I expected to lose everything. Not, I mean, who starts a car company and a rocket company expecting them to succeed? Certainly not me. I thought they both had less than a 10% chance of success. And frankly, I wasn't wrong in that in 2008, we had the third failure of SpaceX, and if the fourth launch had failed, SpaceX would be dead in 2008. We had no money for a fifth launch. And for Tesla, Tesla's been on the verge of bankruptcy many times, and we closed the financing round in 2008, because remember, at the end of 2008, General Motors and Chrysler were going bankrupt, and Ford was almost bankrupt. So imagine trying to raise money for an electric car startup while General Motors is going bankrupt. And people were angry that I even asked. But we were able to just barely raise enough money to squeak by, and
John Law got famous with the sentence, l'économie c'est moi, the economy is me.
Wait, is this guy French or English?
so-
Scottish, you said.
Yeah, but
he had
the
like
sentence,
a nice
he
tuna
wor-
phrase in French or something?
he worked in France, and his
Okay.
main language then was France. So
Okay.
l'économie, c'est moi. So the question is, do you see any danger that one day not only big platforms like Google or Facebook could face much more rigid regulation, but that Elon Musk could be regulated because of
Regulated
being too
to do
big?
what? Actually, as it is, you know, SpaceX and Tesla are regulated very
No, but I
heavily.
mean that there could be a discussion that it's just too much
Like-
in too many areas.
I have too much power personally or something?
Well, I mean, if you build in many sectors that are absolutely crucial to society, very dominant.
See you on Mars, suckers. Just kidding.
That's the option then. Yeah.
About the money actually doing good and not merely the perception of doing good.
But do you see any concrete project that you would like to focus on, like, for example, food supply, starvation as a big topic, or anything else that comes to your mind for your foundation activities?
Well, like I said, it's a big struggle to give away money effectively.
Yeah.
If you care about, like I said, if you care about the reality of doing good and not the perception of doing good, then it is very hard to give away money effectively. And I care about the reality. Perception be damned. So there's, obviously environmental causes, there's education, especially science and engineering education, pediatric healthcare, hunger these days is more of a political and logistics problem than it is not having enough food. There's a lot of food. In fact, in the U.S. And many countries, the issue is more obesity than it is hunger. But always I'm looking for ways to give away money that are effective. Like, what do you think I should do?
What is your biggest hope?
My biggest hope is that humanity creates a self-sustaining city on Mars.
You said that you cannot be and don't want to be alone. I very much share that feeling.
Yeah.
Where does it come from?
I think it's just a natural human reaction. I mean, most people
A
don't.
lot of people are happy if they are alone.
I really? That's, I think most people are not happy being alone.
Do you feel lonely?
I mean, there are times when I feel lonely, yes. But I mean, I think it's pretty basic. Like if I'm, say, working on the Starship rocket down at, South Texas, and I'm just staying in my little house by myself, especially if I forget my dog, if my dog is not with me, then I feel quite lonely because I'm just in a little house by myself with not even a dog.
Last question. You have once said, if I'm not in love, I cannot be happy. Are you happy at the moment?